Have you ever put your heart and soul into a relationship, only to find out the person you trusted most wasn't who you thought they were? Imagine this: you've been loyal, supportive, and fully committed, but one day, you discover they've been lying to you. It feels like the ground has been ripped out from under you, doesn't it? Let me tell you about my friend Alex. He was in a serious relationship with someone he thought was his forever, Mia. They did everything together, planned their weekends, talked about their future, and even started looking at apartments to move in together. Alex thought he was building something solid. Then, one evening, Alex stumbled across messages on Mia's phone, messages that made it painfully clear she had been seeing someone else for months. He was crushed. His first instinct was to confront her, yell, demand answers. But instead, he made a different choice. Alex chose silence. And believe it or not, that decision changed everything. This isn't about getting revenge or making someone feel bad. It's about protecting your peace, finding your strength, and moving forward with dignity. Let's dive into why sometimes silence is the most powerful thing you can do. Point 1. Silence shows strength. When you've been betrayed, staying silent can feel completely wrong. You want to ask why, let out your anger, or make them understand how much they hurt you. But here's the truth: silence shows strength. It's saying, I don't need to prove anything to you. When you react emotionally, you're showing them how much power they still have over you. But when you stay quiet, you're taking that power back. That's exactly what Alex did. Instead of confronting Mia or letting her see how hurt he was, he chose not to respond. At first, Mia tried to get a reaction out of him, calling, texting, trying to explain herself, but Alex's silence spoke louder than any words could. Here's why it works: silence forces people to reflect on their actions. It's like a mirror they can't escape. And in that quiet, Alex showed Mia that he wasn't going to let her control his emotions anymore. Point 2. They want your reaction. When someone betrays you, guilt doesn't sit comfortably with them. But instead of owning up to what they've done, they often try to shift the blame or justify their actions. They want to argue, debate, or even play the victim. By staying silent, Alex denied Mia the chance to do any of that. She couldn't twist his words or turn the situation into something else. Instead, she was left alone with her guilt, wondering what he was thinking. Months later, Mia admitted that Alex's silence had haunted her. She kept replaying the situation in her head, imagining all the things he might be feeling or thinking. That's the power of silence. It lets their imagination do the work for you. Point 3. Don't give them an escape. When you engage with someone who's hurt you, you're giving them a way to justify their actions or shift the narrative. Arguments, explanations, even emotional outbursts, these can all become excuses for them to feel less guilty. But when you stay quiet, you're not giving them anything to hold on to. Alex understood this. Instead of giving Mia the chance to explain herself or argue back, he walked away. She had no lifeline, no way to rationalize what she did. Silence left her stranded with nothing but her own conscience. And here's the thing: studies in psychology show that uncertainty creates more anxiety than knowing the outcome. By staying quiet, Alex wasn't just walking away, he was making Mia deal with the consequences of her actions. Point 4. Moving on is the best response. It's natural to want revenge after being hurt. You want the person who betrayed you to feel the pain they caused. But real revenge isn't about hurting them back, it's about showing them they no longer had any power over you. Alex's silence sent a clear message: I'm done. I'm moving on. And I don't need you to define my worth. Instead of focusing on Mia, Alex poured his energy into himself. He started going to the gym, picked up photography, something he'd always wanted to try, and reconnected with his friends. Over time, he began to feel stronger and more confident. When Mia saw how much Alex had grown, she tried to reach out to him. But by then, her words didn't matter. He had moved on, and her apology was too little, too late. Point 5. Learning from the pain. Staying silent doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means giving yourself the time and space to process what happened in a healthy way. It's about learning from the experience so you can come out stronger. Alex took time to reflect. He asked himself important questions: were there signs I missed? Did I ignore my own needs in the relationship? He started journaling, talking to people he trusted, and focusing on personal growth. When Alex was ready to date again, he approached relationships with more clarity and confidence. He knew his worth, and he wasn't afraid to set boundaries. When someone betrays you, it feels like they've taken more than just your trust. They've shaken your sense of self, But here's the truth: they can only take what you allow. Staying silent isn't about giving up, it's about reclaiming your peace and your future. So next time you face betrayal, remember this: your silence isn't weakness, it's power. It's a way of saying, I don't need you to move forward. And most importantly, it's the first step toward healing and growth. What will you choose? To argue and stay stuck, or to stay silent and move on? The choice is yours. If this story resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Let's remind each other of the strength we all have to rise above.